Good morning, everyone. At least it's morning for me right now. And I have done a pour in this particular mold a while back, and it's totally inspired by Made with Heart by Yoko. And then I saw another pattern that I said, oh my gosh, I've got to try that. So it's a several layer, several step project. So I have in here my Nic Pro. I did 70 grams of A and 70 grams of B. And I am now pouring a layer in this mold. And then I'm going to put aside probably 20 grams. Let me do that right now for my white. And this is Nic Pro. Can't remember if I mentioned that or not. I've been experimenting with a new white for me on blooms, and it's the Etter White Drops. And one of the things is that I did one before, and I believe I used is Toyo resin. So today I'm going to try my Nic Pro, which I also use for 3D blooms usually. So there's 20 grams in here. So I've got a little bit more left. So I'm just gonna probably I need a little bit of layer for my next step. So yeah, so I probably don't need a whole 140 grams, but I just thought I'd give that a shot. So let me pull these in, my bubbles, I mean. And I did put my Nic Pro in the Resiners bubble remover machine, and I'm just loving that machine. So, and I will link it below, and I've got a 10% discount code if you're interested in getting it. All right, so my resin's getting really thick. Oh boy, because it's warmer now. All right, I'm using Let's Resin alcohol inks. My first color of choice is going to be magenta. Let me see here. You know what? I see some bubbles over here. See if I can. It just gets on the edge, you know. So I see another one here. Let's see if I can get rid of it. Those looked like bubbles, but maybe not. Probably better using a silicone tool instead of my stirring stick to get the bubbles out. All right, I'm not going to torch too much more because I don't want it to ruin my alcohol inks. All right. So I'm going to do one up here and one here. That's the magenta. Oh, what a pretty color. Okay, where did you come from? I just took my eye off the ball for just a moment. Okay. And then on this side, I'm going to do green. And it's going to be a similar bloom drawing to my other one, my previous one. Okay, so while that settles, since I've got 20 grams in here, I'm going to use the Etter Drops. Excuse me, got a little tickle in my nose. 1, 2. Whoops. Excuse me. Whew. Spring fever. All right. Oh boy. Let me see if I can take some out. I don't want so much white in there. So I'm going to stir it up, putting it in my piping bag. And then in this cup, I've got some resin in there with some gold foil. Now I think what I better do is put my foil in now. So while that's warming up, oh, I've got to go up faster now because it is warm today. It's a lovely spring day. And then guess what? Tomorrow it's going to be raining again. That is just so typical of our Pacific Northwest weather. So I'll just get this in my bag ready. Okay, and then I'll get a stick here and sort of mix up my foil, gold foil. And I'm going to sort of see if I can elongate it, just sort of like that. I suppose I could put a little bit more maybe. Okay, and then in here, and I'm making sure my stick is not touching at all the bottom of my mold. I meant to put that first and then the alcohol ink, and then the alcohol inks after, but I forgot. Okay. Put some more in since I have the gold foil. All right. Ooh, this one can come out a little bit more. Might as well, right? Oops, I've got some of that magenta in there. All right, I'm just gonna not mess with that anymore. Get my piping bag ready. So that gives time for my alcohol ink to evaporate. I think I'm going to start with my, I was going to start with these first, but I think I'll start with my green one first. So I've cut about that much. Whoops, almost cut the tip of my glove. All right, let's see. Let's see how I do. All right, I'm going to do this pattern. And I'm going to go out a bit. Out a bit meaning outside of the... And then I'm going to do a spiral. Yeah, I'm kind of liking 3 different resins for 3D blooms. So Nic Pro is Toyo, and then sometimes I'll do Let's Resin Fast Cure. So now on this one, I'm going to sort of do an oval spiral. And you know what? I think the stream is a little too thin, so I'm going to go back very slowly, since I can see it, because after a while the alcohol ink sort of covers it and I can't see what I did. Okay, and I'm going to continue on here. Now what's interesting about this mold is if you see how it's elongated, it's not round or square. So it's going to do its own shape no matter what I do on my drawing of the white. It's going to do its own thing. Yeah, I'm going to spread that out a little bit more. So it's all about controlling that white. I think what I'll do is go around out here to cover that green spot, and then I'll just do some over here. Okay. Not much left, so that's good. I'm going to bring these in. Ooh, pretty elongated. Now you wait and see. This is not going to keep its shape. All right, then on this one, it's going to come the 12, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, in between. And I think I'll take it out a bit. Okay, clean my stick, and then same thing here. So I'm going to come in like this. Ooh, the center's kind of long-winded there. Maybe I'll do it sort of halfway. And then I'll come in like this. Ooh, long-winded, long, tall, calling it tall. And then kind of spread that out a bit. I think I'm going to do this too. Okay, and that's it. Oh, that one's kind of thin there. I wonder if I put in some of my white, what would happen? I might have some blobbies though, because this looks a little narrow. I've never done that before, so we'll see what happens. I hope I don't get blobs. Let me just spread it out a bit. Okay. All right, I'm going to torch real carefully. And then I'm going to do another step. And I'll probably do it to some music. And I'll show you what I'm going to do first. All right, I'm going to use these little flowers that I got from, they're little dried mini flowers, and I'm going to sort of place just a few, not a lot, around, but I'm going to let the resin thicken up a bit first so that I can place it and not, oh my gosh, please do something well there. Maybe I just needed to be patient and it would have done something. Okay, so I'll catch you for the next step. So those blooms are looking interesting. Remember how I did circles? It just elongated. So I'm not sure what that's going to look like. So the next step is I'm going to place ultramarine color paste. And this is paste that I received when I bought from Artline Honey. They were having a sale when you buy, oops, I already have an open one. Let me go get that one. Sorry, be right back. Yeah, so I don't know, for some reason they gave me 2, which is awesome. So I love this ultramarine color, and I'm just going to take about maybe that much. That might be too much, I'm not sure. And I mixed up 140 grams again, and it was 70A and 70B. It's a 1-to-1 ratio resin, and it's just the Diction. I've got to forget the name of it. It's not the thick one. It's the low viscosity one. I'm kind of purchased that so that I can use that for top coats on my pieces. So yeah, okay, good. I didn't want it too dark or too light. So I'm going to stir it up really well, and pour a layer. And it's so interesting, this mold. This happened before too. You know, you do the circle, you do your whatever shape, and it'll just say, nope, I'm going to go this way. So let it be, right? Just let it go. So let me finish stirring this up really well, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've stirred that up, and I'm just guesstimating on the 140. I just want it to be just a layer, not going over the centerpiece. So I guess I can keep going. Don't want to waste this resin, so oops. Yeah, I think I'll just keep going a little bit, as long as it doesn't go over. Let's see what I have left. Well, okay, that's it. Well, also almost 140, so maybe next time I'll do, if I do this again, 120. So I'm going to torch it, and then I will come back to you in a few hours, because I want to do the next step, which is really cool. So, oh good, I didn't have that much left over. Ooh, should I? Oh, I hate wasting resin, but I don't want to go over. I think I'll be okay. Okay, good. So 140 is just enough. Alrighty. So I'll leave that. Maybe I'll heat gun it, and then I will be back for the next step. It's reveal time. But since this is a double reveal, meaning one side and then the other, this is the only way I can think of doing it. So I've already taken it out, and I've taken a look. So I'm going to go like this. Look at that first bloom. Isn't that cool? It was circle, and then look, it just went elongated. I love this one. And then this other one. Isn't that pretty? And I love these little flowers. So I'm going to take you in for a close-up. That's one. And then I think I'll just flip the other side over. And I'll explain to you what I did, that I was very naughty and didn't tape it. So I'm going to do it this way. So here we go. You ready? You ready? Whoop! Mini blooms. And so after I poured the purple or the ultramarine paste, I let it sit for a while, and then I took all my mini blooms, my little discs, and squished them in, and then with a little embellishment, and then I put a clear coat. Then I will take a photo, or actually a little video, of what I'm going to do with this little vase holder. So I hope you liked that and think it's pretty. Let me know. And I will catch you next time.